Ryan Maloney, and spirits medium Randall Bird.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right now on WCRN AM 830. I'm actually just working on making sure we get it on Facebook Live. Go to Julio's Facebook Live, and you can actually see this train wreck as we record it, which is fantastic. Let me get it on the record to the cable.
All right.
We're on. This is our show.
Yeah.
However it may be. Randall Bird of Spirits Medium Extraordinaire is here with us today, which was always a good thing.
Yeah. Excited about this Easter weekend. And we're also, I think this is a big time for, El Rey to like talk about some of his projects and stuff for Easter because it's a big pairing experience.
All right, well, let's welcome El Rey. He won't talk until we play his theme music.
Okay, here he comes.
He's just like that.
Making his way to the podium.
Yes.
They're strewing peeps and jelly beans so he can walk only on the padded surface of the.
It is the grape one himself, El Rey. And Ray has the one for the wine of the week. It's time for the wine of the week.
Stop whining.
Stop whining, Ray. He can't stop whining.
Am I whining?
No, you're not.
All right.
All right, Ray. It's Easter week, right?
Yes.
All right. So tomorrow's Easter.
Tomorrow's Easter.
What is the wine of the week?
Okay. So I thought we'd get something a little special today.
Okay. Well, Randall's here, so
that's another reason. That's a big reason why. So today's wine is from a producer called, and let me see if I can twist my tongue around, Lieu, Lieu-D-I-T. Very, very small producer. They're a upstart company that just started within the last 5-7 years. And basically what they're doing, they're crafting their wines stylistically like Alsace. So,
okay.
So we have a Cabernet Franc that we're showing today.
Okay.
They also make a Chenin Blanc, a Sauvignon Blanc, and a Rosé. So 4 different wines that are synonymous with Alsace. So this particular wine comes from Santa Barbara County.
Okay.
More specifically, Santa Ynez Valley. And if you've ever been there, there's 2 wineries down there of note. Firestone is down there along with Best Parker Winery.
You mean Davy Crockett or Daniel Boone?
Either or.
Right, he's
Either
both.
or,
That's
right.
a trick question, Ray.
That's right. So, Cabernet Franc.
Yes.
A lot of people really have never tasted Cabernet Franc.
It's not straight anyways. Like usually it's blended, right?
It's usually blended. But in Alsace, they make a straight Cabernet Franc.
Which is a grape varietal?
It's a grape varietal. Actually, Cabernet Franc, maybe 1,000 years ago, begot Cabernet Sauvignon. So Cabernet Sauvignon is.
I guess it's appropriate. We're talking about the Bible, right? He's doing the beguts and begats.
Yes. So a lot of people would say that 1,000 years ago, Cabernet Franc originated in the Languedoc region of France.
Okay.
There's others that say the Basque region of Spain. Now it's grown all over.
Let me guess. The Spanish say that.
Yeah. How'd you know that?
I don't know. It's just a wild guess on my part.
So this would go great. A lot of people at Easter do lamb.
Yeah.
This would be a great wine to have with lamb. And I know Eric, Dennis, Kathy upstairs, the 4 of us tasted this about maybe 3 months ago. We were all in 100% unison. Had to have this wine here. This is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if you've tasted it yet, but basically the aromas. So one of the characteristics of Cabernet Franc is bell pepper. So on the aroma, you're going to get some bell pepper. You're going to get some violets, flowers.
Yeah, violets, I definitely get.
Yeah, and black plums, eucalyptus, black fruit mainly. On the palate, you're going to get, again, black plum, black berries, and believe it or not, a little pomegranate to throw in as well.
Definitely get the red berries. Definitely get the pomegranate. I like it's got a it's not a long finish on this, but it's got like there's a lot of flavors going on. But they sort of like it's not a lingering finish, which is sort of nice. It's sort of like there and then it's gone and ready for your next sip or ready for your meal.
Yes, and you just said it about ready for your next sip. It has a refreshing acidity that makes you want to drink it and then have another sip as well. So the wine is very elegant, very balanced. It can be consumed. This is a 2022 vintage, by the way. This can be consumed now, obviously, and it has a propensity to age 12, maybe 20 years. So that-
Really?
yes, yes.
It's got enough. What does it have to have enough of to do that type of aging in the bottle?
Specific, more acidity.
Yeah.
And also tannin.
Okay.
So the tannins are very finite, very integrated.
That's just not like an over tannic wine, though.
No, it's
That's
not
why
over-
I asked that.
No,
I
but
was
the
like,
acidity is going to make
Right.
up for it, and the acidity is going to allow it, like a Pinot Noir.
okay,
Pinot Noir has a high acidity level.
Yeah.
So a French Burgundy will last 30, 40 years. So I'm not saying this will last 30, 40, but certainly 12, 20 on the high side.
Yeah.
More so around 12.
like just say like 10 years. You
Yeah,
can
10
get this for
years.
10 years.
Yeah, 10
and it
years.
and it's gonna change. It's gonna
gonna
change, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yep.
So is this like an origin grape varietal, this Cabernet Franc? Like
So-
you're saying it's not used, but it goes back. It has a history that if you were,
So in Languedoc,
Yeah.
which is on the southern part of France, it was a blending grape. Alsace,
Which is that land
I
between
keep saying
Germ-
Alsace, it's Loire.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Loire.
That
So
makes
I'm sorry.
more
I'm
sense.
sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I got Alsace on my mind, but well, I'm thinking of Riesling. So
There you go.
it's Loire.
It's Languedoc.
Loire is up
Okay, it's
north.
Loire Valley.
Right. So
Okay.
Loire is making specific Cabernet Franc period. Now in Bordeaux, it's widely planted as well, but it's used as a blending grape.
Correct. It's very versatile.
Very versatile, yes. So you can get Cabernet Franc now, obviously in North America, South America,
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand, Australia, Spain, Italy. Italy is growing Cabernet Franc in that Bulgari region of Tuscany. So it's widely spread, and you're going to hear more and more about Cabernet Franc as we move forward.
So give us the name of this one and give us the price.
Okay, so this is called Le D, Lieu-D-I-T.
Good.
And in loosely translated, in French, it means area or location or place.
But this is made here in the United States.
It's made in California, Santa
Yeah, they're
Ynez.
throwing me I'm all over the globe on this. one.
right, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
and
You
it
know what's
says
good about this? It's
Franc,
really
right,
good,
or
delicious.
France in
Yeah.
the varietal name, but
Yeah.
it can be grown anywhere in the world. It's
Pretty
not
much, pretty
specific
much,
there.
yeah. So this
Wow.
is the regular price. It's not everyday drinking wine. It's $34.99.
Okay.
But from today,
It's elegant.
all
It's
of next week, including today, will be 15% discount on the bottle.
Okay. It was really nice. This, and as I'm drinking this, I was like, yeah, great lamb. I get a little of that
2
game.
minutes.
I get that. It's really good, but it has enough structure and backbone to stand up to like if you were doing like a rib roast too.
Absolutely. If you want to put a steak on the grill, bingo. Chicken, a roast chicken, right? Most people will do white wine. Perfect.
Because it's very versatile. Yeah.
Charcuterie, same thing. Cured meats, cheeses.
Did Randall ever tell you about his idea to make charcuterie in cars?
Charcuterie.
Car shooters.
And it's both the variety of the meat and the vintage of the car
Vintage.
that will
That will
enhance it.
expose that.
Nobody's taking me up on this, Ray. I don't know why. I think
Why? He wants to put abandoned cars in the woods and cure meat in them.
Yeah.
No one's going to take
Genius.
you up.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's something
genius.
Ryan should carry.
Yeah.
Charcuterie, yeah.
That's
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
1 minute.
This is really good. I like
Yeah.
this a lot. I already bought my wine. Ray's not going to influence me today. I've already bought my wine for Easter. I was a good, and I got it early. I am doing Trembach, Pinot Gris. We're having ham, so I'm doing that one, and I did pick up a Pinot Noir if we decided to have red.
Right. So
30 seconds.
So
anybody
And
looking
also-
for suggestions on ham and lamb? So for ham, I would do dry Riesling #1. I would do a Chenin Blanc #2. I would do a Sauvignon Blanc, Sancerre if you could. Anything with a good acidity level will match with ham.
And
Great.
broadcasting
10
from
seconds.
Julio's Liquors, where they've restocked the cheese cabinet with the cheeses of Nazareth for Easter. So please come on into the store. And over the break, we're going to continue live
The
with
cheeses
a
of
video.
Nazareth, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. All right.
Thought we were going to hell. All right, thank you.
You're
Ray.
out.
I know Ray's like busy upstairs, so here, just throw that down. I get it. Just throw that.
Can I ask Randall a question?
We're still on, yes, but sure. What do you what Ted? What do you want to know?
Well, in his version of car shootery, are there weapons involved?
No.
No, it's not charcuterie. It's
But-
charcuterie.
Oh.
All right. No one
Never
no
mind.
one on our podcast can hear Ted. So I think thank your lucky stars. And you should probably
How fortunate.
yes. How fortunate for them, not us.
I-
But are you all? Did you get everything you need for? Are you all set for Easter? Are you doing pretty good?
Yeah. I mean, I like
Food.
don't even just to honor. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I don't know. I think that a lot of people travel and are doing stuff with families. My family's on the West Coast, so
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'll save this up for a different time. But I'm just fascinated with
You're gonna come on.
holidays that you ramp up with both alcohol and also candy that's specific to a holiday. So
That is true. Are you get all your peeps covered?
yeah, exactly.
All right, Johnny on the spot's going to join us on the dais right now. He actually poured us drinks. So Easter, right? Mimosas, Bloody Marys, brunch. You get up for breakfast? You get up for breakfast on Easter?
I do. You know, I figure if Jesus can wake up in the morning on Easter, then I can make the effort myself.
Definitely going to hell.
Yeah.
All right.
But you have,
Blasphemous, I say.
yeah, I mean, there are certain cocktails that are associated with it. Is the Bloody Mary considered Eastery?
Yeah, it's
I would say a mimosa.
well, it's
or a-
considered.
what-
Here's
what's
the thing.
peach one, the
Okay,
Bellini?
Bellinis, mimosas, Bloody Marys, champagne. Those
all
are
the
your
brunch
basic.
drinks.
Those are your basic staples for Easter. Especially because a lot of people do brunch.
Brunch. Okay.
All right, so those are sort of the ones. Bloody Marys and stuff like that go. But here's the thing: is I seldom use vodka in my Bloody Mary, which everybody knows that's what you make. The Bloody Mary, oh, you get vodka and you do this stuff because vodka is odorless, colorless, tasteless.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's an alcohol delivery system. You want to make tomato juice alcoholic. You add vodka to it, a Bloody Mary. So what I had Johnny do today is we're doing Fever Tree, classic Bloody Mary mix. All
Okay.
right, which we have.
No
But I've
alcohol in that, right?
there's no alcohol in that, so you can do whatever you can add whatever you want, or do nothing and just add all the accoutrement.
Right.
I mean, everybody puts everything from a celery stick to a whole hamburger on top of a Bloody Mary,
Yeah.
and call it a meal. And,
And
at
that's
the end
what I
of the
call
day,
it. Whole hamburger, I call a good start. I want to see it go from there.
before we get into this,
Full
I get,
lobster
before-
or possibly tacos on the top of it.
my
This is Canadian style.
I got
One
to tell you.
minute.
So Randall, one time, my daughters were meeting Randall. Randall was working at Berkeley at the time. He says, "Come on, I'll take you to lunch at the dining hall." And they proceeded to watch Randall put a hamburger at the bottom of a bowl and put salad on top of the hamburger.
Yeah.
And what did you call that?
It's a mystery salad.
I thought it was like a treasure salad.
Well,
Was
it's
it?
true. Well, it depends on what you're trying to. Yeah, exactly.
It might,
If you hide
my
it
daughters were
from
just like,
somebody, it's a mystery salad.
yeah.
If you know it's there, it's
Yeah.
a treasure salad.
it's a treasure salad. My daughters were in complete awe. They were like, "Did you see what he did?
Where's
Dad?"
the beef?
He did.
Right.
I said he has to eat his greens, and the only way he's going to eat. his
Right. The
greens
only way I can
if
get
there's a
through that,
reward at the end with a hamburger
you
on the
dig
bottom. of
down
the
and
thing.
you get to
Yeah.
the treasure.
Did
chest.
you use Thousand Island dressing on that? So you get to the secret
Okay, 10
sauce at the bottom?
seconds, boys.
All right, we're gonna come back.
So-
We're gonna explain the Bloody Mary when we come back on the air, which is in right now. I guess.
What
do you get when you mix a spirit specialist extraordinaire with Lord Supreme Commander of the Gardens? You get It's the Liquor Talking with Ryan Maloney and spirits medium Randall Bird. Live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio in Julio's Liquors.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to or back. It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. Ray had to go upstairs. It's a very busy day here. Easter is a huge wine holiday. Ray's going to help everybody pick out the perfect wine for their Easter brunch or lunch or whatever you're having for Easter. Ray's your guy. He's upstairs. Kathy's upstairs. I think Eric's here today. Dennis, the whole department's here today. So if you need to get wine, today's the day.
And this year, Easter falls on a Sunday.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure does. This is actually I mean, it's March, right? It's so weird. Like March this year, it's March 31st, right? Next year, it's like April 20th, the way
Okay.
it falls.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well,
so March 31st this year, and it's going to be upstairs. So,
you poured a special drink over the break that
well, Johnny on the spot put together. John
Slaving away
Hendricks,
behind
John
them.
Hendricks is joining us on the
Hi.
dais.
yeah.
Hi, Johnny.
There we go.
Did us a take on a Bloody Mary.
It appears to
I-
be a Bloody Mary.
Yeah. I don't usually use vodka in my Bloody Marys. So this is Fever Tree Bloody Mary mix. And then we put in, you want to tell them what the special ingredient is?
Sure. It's our very own signatory bottling called Candy Floss, which is Cull Ila from Isla. So it's got a little bit smoke.
Yeah.
So
So you've
This-
renamed this.
I renamed this.
'cause
I renamed this. It's called Bloody Mary Queen of Scots.
Yep.
So it actually has Scotch whiskey in it. It
a little
has
bit of a peaty, smoky
Yeah, it's a
element
little
that's added
smokiness
to
to it.
it.
Yeah.
So it's not just a flavorless, colorless liquid that most people know as vodka.
And
But this can also be done pretty well with tequila called
Oh,
a Bloody Maria. And
yeah, that's sort of the whole take on it is like everybody you don't have to. One of the other ones I like is aquavit. Aquavit is caraway seed
yeah.
and has a very distinct caraway flavor, which is another spice that can go into your Bloody Mary.
component.
It's another component of that. So that's in there too.
What would you call that if it was just aquavit?
It's got to be something like a
Swedish.
Bloody Viking.
I was going to say
Yeah.
Bloody Viking.
A-
That's what I was
a
gonna say.
shield maiden.
Rocky Viking.
No, it goes like Shield Maiden.
But I followed the recipe on the side of that Fever Tree bottle, and the Fever Tree is very good.
Yeah,
It's got like a little bit of spice on the back end. of
this
it,
is a
which really nice.
classic.
Yeah.
This is a classic Bloody Mary. This isn't like I like some of the ones that are like and they make one too. More in it, more like horseradish, more spices, a little bit more spicier and stuff like that. But this is actually
pretty
a
good.
really nice. It's really
As
got a
is,
great
yeah.
flavor. Do you guys
Yeah,
like?
and it's showcasing it. But we gave some to the audience.
What do you guys
members,
think? Do you
viewers.
not like the peat? Yes on the peat or no on the peat? Good. No. All right. Do you like peat usually? No. Well, there you go. But it's not like peat anymore. It's like it's smoky.
Tomatoes.
If you don't
The
like
smoky
it,
tomato.
you don't like it.
It's a smoky tomato. But that's the whole point. You got to have you have these things. You got to have a little bit of fun. I put some stuff on the dais today to demonstrate that. So, you have the traditional Easter egg hunt
Yeah.
for the kids. And I said, well, they could do an adult one. And I know people have taken like the eggs and put like nips in the eggs and stuff like that. But with some of the stuff that's out today, you don't really have to do that. I got Johnny, want to grab a couple of those?
Sure.
I got like Top Shelf. First of all, this is probably the one that looks most like an egg is Buzzball. This is a lime Rita chiller, but like they're all different colors. They're sort of the shape of eggs. You could go hide these on. And the other one I have is
They're round.
Yeah,
but that
there's a
pork
round.
chicken is,
it's hurting.
yeah.
The chicken. But you can also do the Tip Top cans, which are a drink in a can. You could hide these for the adults to go find. Just remember, adults, alcohol, children get the chocolate eggs. All right. So make sure they're separated up. But you could have a lot of fun with those two on Easter, I think.
You know what my mom had a huge collection of?
I'm afraid to ask, but what?
Here we go.
Legs eggs. The pantyhose
Oh, the legs,
or
yes.
stockings would come in
Oh,
a
yeah.
giant egg, which all those would have fit into, including those nips. So if they're still out there or kicking around, then I know you can buy them on
You can buy giant. You can buy
Craigslist
bigger.
because I've looked. You could do the adult Easter egg version
Yes.
of these different eggs.
Oh my God. Not many people. Well, I think at this point in time, we've been on the air for long enough that Randall collects things. He's not a hoarder. He's a
I-
collector.
yeah, I mean, you're just splitting hairs right now.
Yes. Being
I was
nice.
actually approached by the Discovery Channel when they were doing a hoarding show based off of the hoarders, put sicked onto me by another person who hoards and collects motorcycles and scooters, who works with the American Pickers guys, who's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't have a problem, but you should see this guy. And so they sicked him on me. But I
okay.
call it a collecting disorder
Wait a minute,
because
wait a minute. I'm gonna point out this. We've talked about this. In your apartment at one point in time, did you not have a car?
yes,
It's in a one bedroom.
yes.
That's a problem.
It was a 3-wheeled microcar, but let's not get
Let's-
crazy.
Well, let's not split hairs, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you
And
probably
to
could
make
fit.
it even more horrifying,
Yeah.
it was in a dormitory because I lived on campus
Yes.
as the director of
So
residence. Housing.
that explains how he got it in.
Yes.
Because being in the dormitory, they can like move things in
Yeah.
and out.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like an apartment somewhere in Boston.
No,
Like
you
a-
had
like
to
a
be
brownstone,
secretive
like,
to
how do
get
you
it in.
that in?
No, you had to do it in certain ways, but like the big secret alcohol smuggling that would happen at a music college was when you saw 3 guys moving a bass drum into the elevator.
Yeah, that was a dead giveaway.
That was a keg coming into the
Yeah.
building. Because it weighed so much.
It's
that
way
they
so
had-
much they had to
But
have
they
enough.
hid it inside the gig bag or
Yeah.
the bass
Oh,
drum.
there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you go, this past week, we did on Tuesday,
Yeah.
this past Tuesday night, we did a dinner at Fireflies.
Yeah.
With Steve and all the gang there, and it was spectacular. It was wild turkey.
Was the centerpiece, the showcase.
Yeah, and we had Joanne Street, who is the granddaughter of Jimmy Russell and the niece of Eddie Russell.
Right.
So she's we had a fantastic time. I really have to talk to Steve. The food is so good. I mean, it really, really is.
Yeah.
But there's so much of it. Like,
Well, don't tell him to cut back on the food, please. Do not.
it's
say
so
that.
good, but I know, but
It's
I can't
part of the
eat it all.
experience.
It's
part of
like
the
insane.
experience. It's part of the experience.
It is
right?
part of it. It's like 80. It's like it's $85. You're trying all these great whiskeys, and we even added a special whiskey at the end for everybody. But you're trying all these whiskeys. It's like a 5-course meal. I mean, there was a Cornish game head,
Right. I don't
Like-
see
like the
what's the
whole head.
problem that you're having.
like a whole Cornish game head, and then
So
after that, there was,
$85, you get to also take home takeaway containers, so you have a nice
I think
lunch.
he
that-
loses money on the takeaway containers. It's like all of a sudden it's the end of the meal, and the wait staff is just bringing out takeaway containers so everybody can take stuff home. It's insane.
Right. I got a chair.
Did
I
you?
mean, yeah.
No one noticed.
Mayhem, yeah.
Yeah, during the
But-
mayhem. So, Steve, if you're missing a chair, we know where it is. Randall likes the chairs, I guess, for some weird reason. But Joanne Street was there, and the funny part is we sought to surprise her because she goes, "You look really familiar," and I go, yeah, she like, and you pinned it down. You said it had been her first week working at the distillery.
So let's cast your mind back. We say this is 9 years ago when she
Yeah.
initially worked just in college or just out of college on a summer. We were down there in a June, and it was like her first assignment where she substituted in for somebody that was supposed to be on the tour with Jimmy and Eddie that were walking us
Well,
around.
Eddie had an emergency; he had to go away.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, the father or her grandfather, said, "Boys, I'll take you down. I got where everything's all set.
Right.
I'm just going to need some help." And I think that was the one he said, basically, "Joanne, come on, you're going to help us today."
Deer
And
in the
she's-
headlights.
deer in
She
the
was,
headlights.
Like,
Oh,
grabbed
okay.
the clipboard.
Right.
She was just kind of standing there and learning. I mean, it wasn't like she's not
No,
foolish.
no,
she knows
she's been-
exactly
she
what
was-
she's doing,
right.
but she did not know in that context.
right
what
in
we
the
were doing.
context. So she was there. So it's fun to see somebody, that now in her career, she's going out representing the brand. She's doing all these dinners and
Right.
informational stuff. And I think everybody loved her. They had a great time. And the best part was before the store closed, I was able to get her back to the store
Right.
and
From
sign-
Fireflies.
from Fireflies to the store and actually sign the mural in the whiskey room, the Wild Turkey mural. Now, the funny part about it is her grandfather and her uncle have signed it. So I have her signature up in it. And
Right.
I'm laughing because I've gotten basically Bruce is the only one left that's in the business. Bruce Russell is in the business. He's the only one left that I haven't had him climb
Right.
the ladder and sign his name on that mural. And I'm gonna get him up there.
3 generations.
Three
That's-
generations, yeah.
that's
So it was
impressive.
really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
And
Whether
was
it means
fantastic.
with some duct tape and a
However,
sliding
if I
panel
have to,
van,
yeah.
we'll get him over here to do that.
Get a white van that says free
Well,
candy.
she's thriving. She's doing a great presentation. She talked during the dinner, and it was even despite the trauma or, you know, the scarring that was caused at her very first week with
But
us down there. She survived.
yeah,
And
she
for-
did survive. It was a great thing. Now, let's pour this while we're talking, and I'm going to talk
Okay,
about the
wild
next part.
turkey.
Let's pour. Well, this is
2 minutes.
this sort of gets into a lot of other stuff right now. This is sort of the this is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. This is the bourbon. All right. And this was one of the whiskeys that we tried at the dinner. If somebody from the studio audience wants to come over, I'll give you the bottle and you guys can pour.
There's
I-
cups up on the.
There's cups on the bar and stuff. So we have them there. All right. And here, I'll give you the bottle. This is barrel proof. This is like 58% ABV.
It went out with the whiskey at the top of the W.
Yes, it did.
So we know, you know, the studio
Yeah,
audience.
the
can
studio
come in.
audience can't go too far down.
When they're doing self pours, we just want to make sure it doesn't get too crazy. But you're allowed to
But
taste
we-
the
but
things
we-
that we're tasting.
We had this there, and this goes to my thing we were talking about it too, is
1
is a-
minute.
this is a shelf gem. I like to refer to it as a shelf gem. It sits on the shelf. It sells. Don't get me wrong, but it's pretty much always available.
Yeah.
It's under $60. It's really good. And you can get it all the time. Everybody's hunting things and trying to find things where you can just actually walk up, grab this off the shelf, and end up with a really, really, really great bourbon on its own.
I want to tell you the flaw in your plan here, which is that
I just told
everybody's
everybody.
in the know,
Yeah.
right? They enjoy it, but over time, these become the allocated things
I know.
because people start to pick.
There's
them up
no
and buy them.
allocation on this right now, and this is really, really good.
All right. Oh, my liver. It's the liquor talking here on WCRN AM 830 on the dial. We're going to take a commercial break, which will continue through Facebook Live.
10
on the
more
video
seconds.
feed. But right now we're doing Easter up the Keister. So
Oh my God. It's gonna get so canceled. Hey, don't forget too that when we come back, I'll give you the details. But Randall and I are doing the whiskey dinner coming up at Fireflies. You're gonna want to know about. Okay.
Joe.
All right.
So when you guys are talking about like the whole Cornish hen at Fireflies and the whole dinner you guys just did, like in the back of my head, I won't get too great, but the Game of Thrones, the Hound, when he
Yes.
walks into that bar and he's like, "I'll take 2 chickens." Like that's
Yes.
all I was thinking.
Well, it was
You guys,
similar
like-
to that. I got to tell you, he serves it on tray. So first of all, there was wings. Okay, and that was the appetizer. You get wings,
Yeah.
and then they brought out a lamb stew. And anytime Steve and the crew cooks any type of like gumbo, bourgoo, stew, I am all in. If it takes 20 hours to make this stuff, that's how long it takes. They'll spend all 20 hours to make this.
Yeah.
And so it's always top notch. Then he comes out with a brined Cornish game hen and it had like cucumber salad, it had macaroni and cheese. And I'm like, this would have been those 3 things would have been enough for anybody, right? Right. Then
I had to ask for more macaroni and cheese. It was
yeah, and
just a
Randall asked for
small
more.
bowl.
It was a bowl. The hell with you. It was like a palm-sized bowl. It was like
Big.
almost as big as the cup.
That's
Yes.
Okay. It's a little bit. Then he comes out again. There's like 2-3 ribs. There's sliced meat. There's cornbread. And what else was there? There was something else on that plate too that I can't think of something. There was something else on that plate.
Beans.
The beans.
Yeah.
The beans, which were phenomenal again. And then I think after that, then there was dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, it's insane.
It's
All
like
right,
the
John,
last-
like
last
he's
supper.
telling you about all these things, but I'm going to give you the inside strategy. Here's what you do: you set up at a table, you make sure there are 2 placemats next to you,
1 minute.
and nobody's coming, but you don't tell the wait staff that they're going to be here shortly. They're on their way. They're going to be here. Extra drinks and a whole extra set of food. And then on top of everything, you make that table next to where they do the hors d'oeuvres things. So you can just slide off the seat, get into line, and get those wings multiple times.
And then he takes stuff home with him.
And I brought stuff home.
I gotta hang out with you more often.
You have to have a strategy. I think that
Wow.
You don't know what you're wishing for.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. We're coming back. When we come back, we're going to tell about the
Careful
dinner.
what you wish for.
We're going to tell about the dinner, and then we're going to do the question of the show.
okay.
The
All right.
Fever tree question on the show.
Fever Tree question of the show. That is right. New sponsor.
Look at that.
Didn't Ted just tell me we're coming back?
He did.
He did, didn't he? I swear to
I
God, he
really
did.
like
10
that program,
seconds.
Max.
Yeah, it's actually
Fever
pretty
Tree.
good.
Yeah.
I think we're coming back in 3 days
You think so?
because it's.
I know what you're doing. I know you're alluding to the Easter miracle. Yes, I know exactly what you're doing.
The concierge of all things alcohol, Ryan Maloney, and the medium of spirits, Randall Bird, join forces every week
I'm
to
born
bring
again.
audio nourishment to a parched audience. Live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studios in the heart of Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro, it's the Liquor Talking.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. Hey, if you want to see this live, you can actually go to Facebook, to the Julio's Liquors Facebook page and get it live. You want to see it again, Cousin Vinny will get this up wherever you get your podcasts, such as Spotify. Just look for It's the Liquor Talking.
And if
Also,
you're
you-
watching the Facebook Live,
Yeah.
new camera.
Yeah, we
So
do have
we
a new camera
kind
today.
of like, you know,
Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to
different
work out better.
complexion.
Yeah.
So if you're concerned, it could be the camera.
It only it only has a few hundred pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez Louise.
When we
All
left,
high def now.
it's all high def now. It's a 4K camera, so yeah, it is. For those of you, we were just talking about the Fireflies dinner. There is another Fireflies dinner coming up, and it's in April. I believe it's April
30th, the
30th.
Tuesday, the 30th.
Tuesday the 30th. Cousin Vinny will get that up on the Facebook page. If you're looking at this, it'll be up there. And Ted wants me to tell you that it also you can listen to the replays on WCRNradio.com.
Yes.
But he won't have the show within the show, which is what we do during the commercials.
Okay.
So there.
But at that dinner, we've had sponsored dinners from Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey, Hirsch, right?
Yeah, Hirsch.
But
Make
this
It Mark,
one is
the
a
lock and key.
revisit of a lot of the lock and key expressions, plus also things that are about to be released as well.
Yeah,
So,
it's gonna have some sneak peeks. It's gonna have some great
revisits.
revisits. There's going to be we're deciding on what we're going to serve now. Randall and I are going through what we're going to have. I will tell you, no matter what, it'll be great, because even if we screw up,
The whiskey's going to be good,
the food will be good.
and the food will be better. Yeah.
Yeah, the food will be.
Well, there's
better.
never a bad day for good whiskey.
That's what I always
Right?
say. Oh yeah, look at you got that shirt on today.
Yeah, going lock and key all day today.
There you go. All right, so let's do the because of our new sponsor. Let's do the Fever Tree question of the show.
Okay.
Are you ready? Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know if I'm going to give you the multiple choice or not. I don't know if I should.
Is
or
it
I'm
too
gonna-
easy with the multiple choice?
No, I don't think so. I think this one we
failed
can do it.
miserably at this.
Yeah, I did
episode.
last week. It was a really
Big
easy one. I
bomb.
was like,
Ah.
I was like, all right. So the Fever Tree question of the show is: when you make a Bloody Mary with gin instead of vodka, what do you call it?
Jeez.
I'll give you a thing. It's A, a Jean-Luc, B, Red Snapper, C, Crazy Larry, or D, Buick 8. So what do you, when you make a Bloody Mary with gin instead of vodka, what do you call it? Now we just went through this, right? A Bloody Maria is with tequila. You know, I give you Bloody Mary Queen of Scots is with scotch, right? So what do you call Bloody Mary when you make it with gin instead? A, Jean-Luc, B, Red Snapper, C, Crazy Larry, or D, Buick 8.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I didn't
have
answer
no
for
idea what
somebody.
this
Yeah,
is.
I'm gonna go with A, the Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
I'm only guessing.
Why would you have a French name with gin, which is Dutch?
Or associate a lot with English too. Gin.
Invented by the Dutch.
I know. I
Ripped off
understand
by
what you're
the
saying. Yeah, I get it. Well, you know why
and then
you know
co-opted by the
you-
French, apparently, if you're going with the Jean-Luc. But
Jean-Luc, you know why the
I think it's a
pyramids are
crazy
you know why
Larry.
the pyramids are in Egypt, right?
Because they couldn't fit.
Because the
him in.
British couldn't move them.
Put them in the museum.
All right.
But here's my point.
Yes.
I think, despite the fact that it's a feminine name, Mary and everything,
But, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's a Crazy Larry.
Crazy Larry.
But I don't
Crazy
know
Larry. Uncle
why you
crazy
would change.
because you had a crazy Uncle Larry, didn't
Or
you?
Red Snapper is also kind of popping in there,
Mm.
but
That's
I don't
Which
know.
one are you gonna go with?
Fish.
Which one you think?
I'm gonna go with Crazy Larry.
Crazy
I
Larry.
already committed to it.
Audience? 1, 2, 3, or 4? B. Red Snapper.
Red Snapper.
Okay. Jean-Luc. They're going with him. They're going with red snapper. Okay. The answer is red snapper.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good job. Good job, audience
Yeah.
member. My panel on the other end.
yeah.
Not so
Why
much.
would you call it a Jean-Luc? I just don't get that. And the crazy Larry, I don't.
You're gonna tell John, like, John,
Why would you
my
have
answer was wrong,
Don't
my
worry
answer
about
was
what I
wrong
said
too.
was incorrect.
but yours
Just
was
focus on your.
stupid.
wrong?
Like yours was
I
more
can't even
wronger.
believe that. No.
B muddler.
Muddler. Yeah, your answer was even dumber than mine. That's what you just said to the man.
I know, but hey, listen,
I could take
I was taking swings at something I didn't know what it was.
Just hitting
Why would
and
you do a
reaching
Bloody
for-
Mary with gin?
Isn't a red snapper a fish too?
It is a fish.
Yeah.
I don't have no idea why it's called red snapper.
Did
They
they
didn't
put-
give me the answer.
So they
on
put a
that.
hunk of fish in it for a garnish.
It's probably the English they could. But I don't know. I don't know why. But I don't understand. There would be no reason to call it a Jean-Luc either.
What was the
No.
fourth one?
Brandon wants to know the answer to the wrong part.
Crazy Larry.
Could you give
No,
me
the fourth one was
the Buick 8?
a Buick 8.
V8.
Well, no, you know what I was thinking when they were doing that? I think a V8,
V8. You have V8 juice.
VHs. That's what I was thinking.
But
Right?
the Buick
It's not an English.
Super
car.
8 was a straight
8.
It wasn't a V.
Yeah. So there you go. So there you go.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I was wrong on the
The
Buick.
Buick Fireball
right on the
engine, the
question.
legendary
The
straight 8
knowledge.
engine was
Yeah.
not a V.
The knowledge on this stage is just astounding.
The correct
About
knowledge.
stuff that nobody needs
no one,
to know
no one
about
needs to
or
know about
cares
anything about this. All right. I got a new product. You want to try a new product?
What if we say no?
Then I go on with something else.
No, let's do
mean,
it. Let's
I mean, I probably should. Let me see if I have the.
By the way, that rare breed wild turkey, delicious.
Isn't it really good?
And once the secret's out and people start buying it, it will probably
agree.
become allocated
Yeah.
because to make it at this high quality, they
Yeah.
can't do it. forever.
What scared me is they changed the bottle, the packaging on that.
Yeah, it used to have a.
It was a little bit more rustic looking,
Yeah.
and they changed it. They up the packaging on it, and I was like, oh no,
There it started.
oh no, it started. This is going to be the downfall. I'm not going to be able to
But
get it anymore.
many of the great whiskeys that I enjoyed as what you call a shelf gem or one of those just people in the know consistently buying it. Old Weller, which became Weller, and then of course Henry McKenna was another one that I would love, and then it just kind of
Blew up.
got too crazy.
It blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't yet, but here's some of the popular ones that are just sort of sitting there. I mean, Wild Turkey is on my list. The Wild Turkey rare breed is right there. Another one that sort of really hasn't really done a lot, and it's quite good, and it's always available, is Knob Creek.
Knob
That's
Creek,
one
yeah.
of my personal
Knob Creek.
favorites.
I mean, seriously, we'll
A little bit pricier, but yeah.
yeah, but not. I mean, still, you can walk on the shelf. You can get it at a reasonable price, and they're 9s. They're 9-year-olds.
I
Yeah.
always
You
have
know?
a bottle of that on hand at home. Always.
I
Knob
think
Creek.
another one is if we're gonna just sort of name is
If you're just
Noah's
gonna-
Mill.
Noah's Mill,
Noah's
yeah.
Mill.
Noah's
I
Mill's
would have
another.
put Johnny Drum back in the day, but it's
Mhm.
becoming very hard to find.
That's becoming harder to get too.
And Elmer T was also relatively easy until it became heavily allocated.
You know
And
what
we
I
were
was-
buying it at like $35, I think was the top end I ever paid for Elmer T. Lee before it exploded and became
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, but some of these, but there are still those things out there,
There are.
and and they are going. But I think you're going to see some of that.
And I joke when I say that because I mean, we want people to have good whiskey at a good value and enjoy the experience. So it's not about revealing all the things. It's selfish to say, oh, I won't be able to get this in 5 years. But, at this point in time, that's a fantastic value and great.
value, and
taste.
you can just go pick it. And
Yeah.
the more part is you can just go get it. That's the
Right.
bigger thing for me.
Speaking of wild turkey and packaging, I miss the old single barrel version with it looked like the turkey feathers.
No, that was actually that's Kentucky Spirit.
Kentucky Spirit.
Yeah, we actually did a barrel of those.
Those were cool.
Those were less. The ABV on those was less.
Yeah.
All right, I got a brand new product that was dropped off for us to try.
Why, hello.
So I probably should do the
All
Parker
right.
thing. Hold on. So this was they got it dropped off. We're gonna give this to the studio audience after we do it, so they can try it too. That's our.
They're going to
Parker
get
music.
rowdy if we don't keep.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
flying
we're
with
gonna keep them
alcohol.
flying with
They
alcohol.
There's
could
a
riot.
Big
This is-
studio audience.
There is
today.
today. We got everybody's here to get their stuff for Easter, so they said, "Well, we'll go entertain."
Or
them
as I like
for-
to say, you're dealing with a lot of family, the coping mechanisms
Coping
that will
mechanisms.
help you get through an Easter dinner with your family.
But Breezia has come out with a brand new product. Okay, it's just out. It's not even in the stores yet.
Known for two things: their limoncello,
Yep.
and their hand sanitizer during COVID.
This is very true.
That's what they're known for?
They did a fantastic job in pivoting, and it was everywhere. I was traveling out of the state in different parts of the country and finding the Fabrizia hand sanitizer.
Well, there you go.
Anyway,
I went through a couple
I
bottles of
digress.
that.
Phil and
minutes.
his brother
so
are
yeah,
great.
do a fantastic job. They have a blood orange. They have some other fantastic products. What is this? That we're
This is
drinking?
for this is limoncello spritz
Oh,
made with limoncello liqueur and sparkling Italian wine. This is 14% ABV. Brand new product. And I don't know if I'm trying to give you anything more of it. It's all ready to go. It's an RT. This is an RTD, ready to drink. This is an RT, not RTG, because it's in glass, so you
Yeah.
can't take it everywhere. But
stub enclosure or screw cap on the
Screw cap
top.
closure.
So after you open it, you can still
beautiful
preserve some
packaging,
of that.
by the way.
Fantastic knockout. Everything that they do, I have to say, is incredible.
All right, before we give this to the
Including
audience,
that
I'm
hand
going to try
sanitizer, which
something
was
now.
fantastic.
Play with his new toy.
I'm going to
here.
try. Yeah, I'm going to try this.
What
You know,
is this?
hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm going to try this. Hold on.
Yeah.
So you
There.
can see it.
Now you can see
You
that.
can see it, right? All right.
Stuff of
Listen, look at it. I
nightmares,
know.
high
I know. My,
One
Keep it
minute.
away
Back off.
from your face.
let's back off.
Put-
Here we go.
yeah,
Yes,
put it
there we
over
go.
to
Here
the
we go.
side.
There we go. We're good now.
Yeah.
It'll send that to the studio audience so they can try it.
So they make high quality stuff semi-locally, right? It's
Yeah,
in
they're just
the
New Hampshire.
air, yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Smells great.
and it's fantastic. Again,
I-
another knockout.
This is definitely a yay for me.
This is really good.
This is really good.
You can tell when they, like a lot of companies, they're using real lemon juice.
Yep.
And using real one. Do you ever notice when you get some of those things, they get like almost like, I want to say it's an ammonia sort of flavor or taste.
Or
to it.
like a candied lemon, which is an artificial candy
Yeah.
that tastes like lemon, which is
tastes
really,
like lemon. This is like the
this is
real deal.
authentic, yeah.
So
Uh,
it's sparkling, like a spritz, obviously. It's a limoncello spritz. That's exactly what they said it was going to be, and that's what it tastes like.
Yeah, fantastic.
I
I'm
drank-
always
I
a big
drank-
fan of their products, to be honest with you.
This is
If
going to
I'm
be
going
great for the summer.
someplace for a brunch or whatever,
Around
it's
like
always a winner.
they're not selling.
30
It's gonna be
seconds.
around like let's say like $21.99 or something like
Yeah.
that for it. It's not inexpensive, but I will tell you, quality wise, it's there.
And it's going to be a crowd pleaser as a gift or to bring or show up with. This
Oh, yeah.
because it's going to get drank.
I
That's
I
fantastic.
drank all of mine.
It is really
It's
good.
pretty
It is
good.
really good.
Well,
Last
fantastic
second.
studio. It's-
You guys like it? Good. Studio Audience agrees with us. That's
Lots
going to
of
be
that.
the
So right
first time.
before we get
first
to
time
their
today.
responses, we'll cut to a commercial break so that we never hear what they
Yeah,
have
never
to
hear
say.
what they have to say.
It's the liquor talking here on WCRN.
Those sound
Please stay
great,
tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, that was good. I like that. All right, I get something for us. I get something for us to try when we get back, and I think I want to save it because I really want to torture you.
Oh boy. Is this a yay or nay, or is this?
Yeah, let's try a
You probably have to set up the audio too.
this will be a yay or nay. I'm gonna keep that in there. I want to do a mocktail during our break.
Yeah, and let's ask the studio audience: are we giving you enough alcohol to keep you from getting, Okay, good.
They're good. They're not ready to.
They're
they're not
docile
ready.
at this
they're
point. They
docile.
haven't turned on
They
us
could go-
yet.
Yeah, yet.
Until you give them the non-alcoholic one.
Well, I'm going to give them the non-alcoholic one. This is Recess. This is 0 proof grapefruit Paloma. And Palomas are going to get really hot this summer. So I wanted to see.
One of the origin citrus. Did you know that?
Yes, I
Okay.
actually did.
It's a
it-
progenitor.
You want to explain to everybody else what that means?
No,
No, I didn't.
because I
think
may
so.
have it wrong.
Yeah, I know.
But what there are several different citruses that are not widely available that led to the citruses that we know and love. And I was going to make the comment that also happens. I think the Cabernet Franc is one of those progenitor grapes that have led to a bunch of varietals that we now know and love,
Right.
but it's been supplanted. And so the Paloma, a lot of meat on the rind or whatever you would say that is, the zest or the
Yep.
peel is very thick. So what you have to do, you have to work really hard to get at it, which is why it's commercially probably not as popular as a typical thin-skinned grapefruit with a lot of citrus.
It's amazing. Like
I keep
it's
calling
amazing.
it meat, but the
Yeah, no,
the
it's
second
it's
side
the
of it, yeah.
meat. Yeah, I mean, the funny part is, I used to way back when I was in college, ran survival weekends, and we were on the Indian River, and we found a grapefruit tree, and it just amazed me how much cultivation actually means, because basically it was a grapefruit tree that had grown in the wild.
Yeah.
And the fruit was completely different than your famous Florida
Yeah,
grapefruit.
yeah.
It was tart. It was we actually used it to we caught a fish and we used it that way, but it was almost unedible in how tart it was and stuff like that. But yet, if we're on the Indian River, if you went down and went to one of the groves down there, it was delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, so it does make a difference in how they're doing stuff.
This
So,
is for my own gratification.
yes.
But were you naked in Paloma? Or were you-
No, this was
how
in Florida.
deep to this
This is in Florida.
survival experience go?
It's basically like over the weekend, like a 2-day, take people out
Okay.
with just bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But clothing.
clothing was required.
Well, because now for some reason you watch shows
What?
and apparently
Yeah,
you have
no.
to be outdoors with
Naked.
nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not. Well, try this and see what you guys think.
Just very afraid.
Yeah. Naked and afraid. I'm not doing naked. We were the
We were
we were the
gonna do-
pre-generators to naked and afraid. Everybody had their clothes on.
Right. Well, we were working on a project once called Onesie and Afraid,
Yes, we were.
which is a flesh colored
What?
Yeah.
onesie.
Yeah. And that was
That's
scary enough.
horrifying, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Oh man.
The fact that you had to staple the leaves onto that was the one that, while it was in it,
Yeah.
is the one that
I'm
really.
glad I missed that one.
All right, recess, 0 proof, grapefruit Paloma. It tastes like a Paloma. I mean, it does.
Yeah.
It's
flat out.
it's good. You know what I'm finding about a lot of these mocktail things, though. Here, the audience can come get this. You can drink as much of this as you want. There's nothing
30
about
seconds.
The Paloma is the name of the drink, but the pomelo is what
the
I'm thinking.
pomelo. The pomelo.
Is the grapefruit
Is
that I'm
grapefruit.
thinking of. I totally screwed that up.
Is that like a peep? Like marshmallow paloma?
No, it's
No.
just it's
It-
now
it-
become boutique-y, so they're very expensive. But if you get a chance to get a pomelo,
But if you get a pomelo, there's not much meat in it. It's
Okay, guys, 10 seconds.
all right. Now I'm going to torture you with the last part of
Oh,
the show this week.
fun.
So be prepared. I'll let you guys get all up for it.
okay.
All right.
Broadcasting live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio in the heart of Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro, it's the Liquor Talking with Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium, Randall Bird.
All right, everybody, welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. During the break, we were actually trying a 0 proof recess, grapefruit Paloma. This is part of our section upstairs that has a non-alcoholic section all put in at the front of the store. So if you're looking for stuff without alcohol in it, you can go there, and we have non-alcoholic spirits, I'm using air quotes, and wines and beers, upper end beers, but the
And the
bulk of
playground
that.
area, right?
Huh?
It's the child. Is that the kids section?
Please stop saying that. This is no kids
Here, I'll
section.
put it on camera.
No.
But
No, you have a bunch of stuff in the store that's like both food, hot sauces,
Yeah.
crackers, and things that you serve adjacent to a lot of the events.
and
or
everybody says,
catering.
everybody's like, well, why would you have that in the liquor store? It's non-alcoholic. I go, well, because we're the ones that are going to know the most about it,
Right,
first
right.
of all, and we're going to keep it up and we're going to maintain it. I will tell you, here's the funny part. I was just talking to Eric in the wine department yesterday. He said, there's been in the non-alcoholic wine, since we've moved it, there's been a 20% increase.
I believe.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a
and
thing,
people are
and
looking
it's
for
going to
it.
be more of a thing as we predict stuff in the future. So yeah, we're happy to taste it, but it seems a little bit odd that it's the Liquor Talking, and
Well, we did it during the break.
yeah, okay. So I see what you're saying.
No, because now we're really going to go at it. So I don't know if you remember a while
All right,
back.
out
I
of
was,
my corner of my eye, I just saw something that horrified me. But
I have all my
please
clips.
introduce it.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember, we did a news story way back about White Claw coming out with 0 non-alcoholic White Claw.
Like declawed. Yeah.
Declawed. Declawed. Isn't that unhumane? I think it is. Them coming out with it. And so my first blush reaction was, okay, so you're coming out with like flavored seltzer,
Right.
right? That would make sense, right? And like, well, I could just buy seltzer. Why would I do this? And then I
Bigger
read
can
the
and blue or
article.
something on it or something.
What's that?
What did they change the color of the can or something?
They changed the color. It's
Okay.
obvious that it doesn't have alcohol in it. But the funny part was, to me, was they go, oh no, it's just not plain seltzer. We made it so it tastes like it has alcohol in it. And to me, the worst part about White Claw is the flavor that the alcohol they're using gives it. So I'm like, And please, I'm just giving you my honest opinion. So in my head, I'm going, so you're gonna make it taste crappy.
Right.
So I'm not a big fan. It's one of those flavors that you're gonna get used to. Randall drinks Diet Coke, right? I cannot take Diet Coke. It has a weird flavor to me, and unless you drink it all the time, you get like sort of, it's like an acquired taste. And once you do
Right.
it, you love it. I get it, and that's the same thing with White Claw
And
but,
broccoli.
and broccoli.
I was told that if I keep eating it, I would someday enjoy it.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, well there you go.
Yeah,
So
All right, but
first what I'm
here's,
gonna do,
here's the thing.
but first of all,
White Claw has what as the alcohol base?
malt.
So malt is different from distilled spirits.
Correct.
It's also taxed differently, which gives them a bigger
Right.
profit margin. But it has a taste to it that I would say is
I find
not
unpleasant.
the greatest.
That I find unpleasant. So
And that's what they're going to try and replicate. Is not odorless, tasteless vodka, which would
would be an alcohol delivery system.
right, but
They made
this
it with,
malt taste of an alcohol. This is what we're afraid of.
It
so I'm
smells
giving
like-
you
Alright,
right
this is
now,
the
this is
alcohol,
this is
right?
White Claw hard seltzer. This is mango, 5%. It's 100 calories for the thing. It's gluten-free, spiked sparkling water with a hint of mango, and of course, alcohol in it.
Smells like
I'm gonna give
mango.
that to the studio audience. Knock yourselves out.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna pour you.
I thought you would get more, but they're just going to charge
Yeah.
what, the same amount?
Oh no, it's expensive. Yeah, I think it's around the
For
same
this
amount. or
little
more.
pour of seltzer water. Okay,
So this now is the one I'm giving you now, and I don't. I was going to do this blind, and I don't think it's really that worth it to do it that way. I think it's one of those type of things that you just taste. Okay, so now I have the White Claw zero alcohol by volume, non-alcoholic premium seltzer,
yeah,
mango passion fruit,
the
15
bubbles
calories.
are extra special in this.
Well, here's what I love because they added hydrating electrolytes. Isn't that salt? Isn't that salt? I think it's salt or something like it, right?
Sweat.
Yeah, you all set?
All right,
Sweat.
I'm drinking a
But they have it. It says there is
D.
a zero on it. There is a zero on it, and it's in a different color can. So they're making it so you can tell the difference. And I'm gonna try the one with alcohol first,
I've tried both.
I've tried both.
and there's that flavor. It's like mine. There's a, and sometimes they use for sweetener. I don't know if they use it in this one, but I get a bitterness at the end too. And I'm wondering if
Yes.
do they use stevia?
Well, it definitely has that stevia aspartame kind of effect on there for sure.
Aspartame has less of that than stevia. I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does or not. I don't want to give them anything,
Sure.
cane, it says cane sugar,
Cane sugar.
but I'm still getting a bitterness at the end. I don't know if that's something weird with the
Maybe
malt.
that's the grapefruit.
It's
right?
not grapefruit, it's mango.
Oh, mango. Sorry. Oh, geez.
All right. So there's the
But
one
it
with,
does have
yeah.
a
There's the one with the alcohol.
slight bitter edge to it.
it does.
So which I would associate with a grapefruit.
Yeah, I was
flavor,
going to say, it
so
kind of
would
reminded me of grapefruit.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The non-alcoholic one tastes better. It's a little sweeter. There's no bitterness at the end.
Right.
And you get more of the mango flavor. Must be the salt. I mean, the electrolytes.
What's the percentage of alcohol in the non-alcoholic?
This one says
This
0%.
was queuing you up for a sound effect.
Well, I could tell you what I'm doing. I'm just going to go buy a bottle of regular seltzer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
this
mean-
makes me
I mean-
want to do.
Well, I mean,
Because
that's
you have to look at the cost of that can too.
right.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Here,
All right,
I'll give
here
you.
we
I'll give you what you're looking for. It's
Mr. Blutowski. 0.0.
0.0, Dean Wormer. You're absolutely correct. I don't like this doesn't even say like a 0.5% or something like that. Because I don't think they really need to do that because they're basically using seltzer, all right, with electrolytes in it. That's
And
all this
I
is.
am just okay. I'm going to cover this, but this is my palate cleanser, right? Which
You don't have
is
to cover that.
well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, we're not here. Like this I brought in, and you can see it's mostly finished.
Yeah.
But it's a decarbonated club soda, which is what I've been drinking because mostly
It's
I
decarbonated
found
because Randall lets it
several
goes flat.
cases
They don't
they were
actually
thrown-
offer
they
it
were
that
being
way.
thrown away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, the non-alcoholic is perfectly fine. I mean, it tastes better.
Sure.
It is a little bit sweet. I'm not like into like, if I want a tonic, a soda, I just usually have when my kids yell at me when I say tonic, a soda.
Yeah.
from New England.
Yeah.
They yell at me like, that's something no one uses. I go, yeah, I know.
They're both perfectly fine. I think there's a time and place for both of them.
I mean, okay, so there is.
Sorry.
I just gonna,
Insert
well, you know what
joke.
they didn't do, and I'm going to tell you that. Although they tried to make it taste like it has alcohol, I think they
2
failed.
minutes.
I think they failed at. I think they failed at that.
It has an edge to it.
It doesn't
that
taste
isn't
as
just-
crappy as the one with the alcohol in it. Is that possible? Yes.
But now let's look at the price on that.
Well, I didn't have the guys pull the price on it, but I know.
It's similar to the
Yes, it's similar,
which is crazy to me.
which is
because
crazy. It's all in
What
marketing.
people are paying for that.
But
for
you're
the
right,
one
Randall.
can has to be
They should have called it
more
white
expensive.
declawed.
right. Declawed.
Claude.
I think that would have been clever. It would have been good. But you know what? You know what makes it? You know what makes it sort of in that category with the zero and stuff like that, and it's a seltzer is they put it in the tall can.
It's a fancy can.
It's a
too.
fancy
All
can.
sorts of colors.
Yeah,
on there
all
that are
sorts of
blending.
colors on
Yeah, look at that.
All right,
And if they
but
put gin in it, it's white Jean Claude.
Oh, there we go.
are you going back to the John
References to
Luke?
the Sean Luke.
He's trying to make references back to
it has
our
a
own
little
show.
kick to it.
Yeah, there you go.
He's kicking me to the curb.
Steve,
over
where
here.
I'm
All right. We're gonna
Okay.
roll on. We're gonna roll on that one. Hey, since I have you here, I don't want to end the show on a
1 minute.
with a bad taste in our
A
mouths.
sour-
Since it's only
sour
1 minute.
note.
It's a sour note. This is a rye whiskey that Randall and I are going to use. It's going to be part of our new project that we're working on. So
Yeah.
we had to taste it to make sure it's okay. So this is
Quality
It's a
control.
2016 95.5 rye.
Yep.
It is from MGP, but it is from essentially a lost barrel, meaning that there's only
30
2
seconds.
gallons in
2
a
gallons left.
53-gallon barrel.
all right. Well, let's try this. Everybody have a safe and happy Easter. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the time. Enjoy your Easter Sunday. And I'm going to enjoy this ride. Oh, that's good.
That's real good.
That's how many gallons you got left of that?
5.
All right. So we're going to use this. as
10
part of-
seconds.
we're going to use this
The
as
bigger
part of our
project. Yeah.
big project. All right. Thank you, everybody. Randall, get us out of here.
Yeah. Easter weekend, deal with the family, be safe, and have a great time. But you're listening to It's the Liquor Talk. We may make fun of alcohol, but not drinking irresponsibly.
That is true. Thanks, everybody.
Great job, guys.